What up, fam? What's happening? I'm back. What is going on, fam? I'm back today with a scent of the day. And let's see, my voice is hurting a little bit. Got a little sinus thing going on. But still compelled, for some reason, to tell the world what I'm wearing today. So, kind of got a surprise. I mean, this is a surprise to me, this fragrance that I'm talking about today. Tabac Rouge by Phaedon. I've been looking for a tobacco. Of course, tobacco vanille or tobacco vanille, however you want to say it, has been around my collection for a while. I've either had a bottle or a decan of that stuff, you know, ever since I started getting into collecting fragrances. And, you know, but it's for some reason, tobacco vanille is like, I don't know. I guess I'm sick of it or bored with it. I've worn it a ton. I was looking for something new. I was looking for a new tobacco. I had Herod. I sold that. I don't really care for Herod that much. And I've been looking for a new tobacco. And y'all might have heard of a little gentleman they call Rich Mitch. Well, he has Tabac Rouge sitting on his desk. And I said, what's up with Tabac Rouge? Of course, he's done a few reviews and things. I think he did a comparison. So I ordered a sample. Phaedon Tabac Rouge. And I liked it. Kind of sprayed it, and the very first impression was kind of like, huh? Like, I didn't really get it. But as I went on with my day, where I had sprayed smelled really good, like tobacco, like a tobacco that I liked. So I ordered a bottle of this stuff, and it wasn't that expensive, I don't think. I think you can get this less than 150 bucks, I think. So it's not like cheap, but it's also not like 400 bucks for 100 ml like a lot of fragrances are these days. So it's pretty reasonable, relatively. Stuff is great. I'm gonna spray some here. I'm wearing it already, but I'm gonna spray some more. I guess we'll call this a first wear, because I just got this yesterday, so I'm not like that familiar. Today's kind of like a first impression, sort of first wear. First wear is like first impression, except it's all over my body. Actually, I take that back. First wear means I have tested something and I like it enough to put it all over my body. And then I, spray it and see how it goes. And anyway, this stuff smells amazing. Let's get into this. I'm gonna read from the website, from the Phaedon Paris website. Tabac Rouge is a quintessentially Art Deco composition. Turkish tobacco, absolute, and incense make up the core accord, spare, dry, and perfectly balanced. As in Tamara de Lampica's paintings, the color palette is pared down and vibrant. Ginger, cinnamon, and a lick of honey in the base notes, musks bolstered by a warm powdery cyan benzoin. Blend the scent with your skin. Androgynous, stylized, and luxurious. Tamara de Lampica is an artist, or was an artist. from like the 20s and stuff. But so they call this an Art Deco composition, and that's interesting to me. How does that work? How do you have an Art Deco fragrance? Maybe like something like Amber Antique that is from back then. Could be, you could say that was Art Deco, but I guess Art Deco was in the 20s. So they're calling this an Art Deco composition. So whatever that means, I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, I'm going to spray this. It's a nice kind of leafy tobacco. Kind of smells like tobacco leaves, like maybe you're rolling a cigar, or they're not fully dry. It's not fully dry tobacco leaves. They still have some moisture. It's really awesome, actually. And let's go back. It's perfumed by Anne-Cécile Dovegen. Anne-Cécile Dovegen. And I thought this is kind of interesting. She has done perfumes for Initio. She did Absolute Aphrodisiac and Atomic Rose. Which is, Initio is a house that gets some flack in certain circles for the way that they promote their perfumes online with influencers and things, and in the fact that they use a lot of aroma chemicals and things in their compositions, amberwoods and whatnot, means that it gets a lot of flack. Initio gets a lot of flack. I was watching, if you watch Ramsey, which I like to watch Ramsey, he is shitting on Initio just about every video. Love it. And she also did another one that I have, Oud Pashmina, Montal Oud Pashmina, which is another house that I'm sure that Ramsey and Rich Mitch and the like, they don't care for that house either, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of interesting that she has gone to this house Phaedon and done Tabac Rouge, and it is well respected. It's really good. It's really good. Let's take a look at it on Fragrantica. Main accords: honey, warm spice, cinnamon, amber, sweet, powdery. Yeah, there's some honey maybe, and not like the pissy kind of honey. But the main notes are honey, cinnamon, benzoin, ginger, powdery notes, and musk. Yeah, there's definitely honey, cinnamon, definitely powdery and musk. And it's funny that tobacco is not listed as a note, because it is a significant tobacco note. It is pretty significant. What do they say it was? Turkish tobacco. So that's the main note I get. I can see that if there's honey, I get that, and maybe a hint of cinnamon. Benzoin, I get that. There's also something minty, just a hint. I keep getting these little wafts of mint. So I don't know, I think that might be coming from like a geranium or something like that. So I think there might be some florals buried in there in the accord. It smells great. It really does. It reminds me of tobacco vanilla, but a little softer, a little bit. I think tobacco vanilla has a bite to it. Like it has like a certain edge or a bite to it when you smell it. This is softer and rounder, and a little bit less dry, and so it's like a A nice moist tobacco. Let's check out the AI pros and cons. AI will mine the comments on Fragrantica and come up with pros and cons, and then people up and down vote them based on whether they agree. And I like to read them and react and give my opinion on these points. So here are some pros. Ideal for cold seasons. It is so freaking cold today. It is like, it's got to be close to 0 Fahrenheit, which is negative. It's below freezing, well below freezing. So it's pretty dang cold out. And this has been a great reach so far. Rich combination of tobacco and honey. Yeah, I get the tobacco and honey. That's pretty much mostly what this is tobacco and honey. Excellent quality. I agree. This is a surprisingly great quality. Never heard of this house, nor do I have anything else from this house. So I was kind of surprised. You know, this is such an under the radar hidden gem, as they call them. I was surprised at the excellent quality, and it is excellent quality. Cozy and welcoming scent. This is pretty cozy. I'd say this is much cozier than a Tobacco Vanille. Like I said, it's round and kind of soft. So I could see this being a nice cozy scent. Outstanding longevity and lasting power. I have been working with a decant of this, so it's not, these aren't like blind first impressions. I've been testing this stuff, and the longevity is above average from what I can gather so far. Just a spray on my hand would last for hours and hours and hours. That's a quick side point. I spray on my hands a lot, and I feel like it's not optimal because I stick my hands in my pocket and the perfume gets rubbed off, or, you know, I wash my hands a lot, you know, because germs and things like that. So I'm washing my hands, and it's not the best. So I think I'm going to start spraying more on the forearms to test, because the hands, it's nice and easy to bring up to your nose for a whiff, but I feel like the perfume gets rubbed off a lot. And same with you know, wearing a perfume to bed. If I spray my hands and I go to bed, it just rubs off. Like, I feel like it rubs off quickly. Anyway, just a little side point there. All right, let's see. Versatile and wearable. Versatile and wearable. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, this is it's as versatile as a tobacco scent could be, I suppose. It's very wearable, for sure. Spicy and intense cinnamon and ginger notes. Spicy and intense cinnamon and ginger notes. I wouldn't say intense. Because if I'm having to go back and hunt for them, I would say that's not intense. So cinnamon, ginger, there, but not intense. Low to moderate projection. Actually, I'd say moderate. This is probably pretty moderate. I don't feel like it's bad. I don't feel like it's like a skin center. It's projecting. It's not like a beast, but it is projecting. Smoother, more affordable Tobacco Vanille alternative. Yeah, it's definitely smoother than Tobacco Vanille. And this is actually a great alternative. It reminds me of Tobacco Vanille, but different. Softer, rounder, smoother. Photorealistic pipe tobacco and spiced honey. Yeah, this is like kind of like a pipe tobacco or tobacco leaves. Like, I can see pipe tobacco for sure. All right, so those are the pro points. Here are some cons. May cause obsessive compulsive wrist sniffing. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna go back for more. You're gonna go back for more when you spray this. It's pretty good. Strong honey and animalic musk facets. I don't get that. I do get strong honey, but it's not like the pissy kind of animalic honey that I've encountered, like yesterday with Absolute Pour Noir. Animalic musk facets. This is not animalic. I'm not getting that. All right. Tobacco note missing from official pyramid. Yes. Why did they not put tobacco in the official pyramid? Whatever. That's fine. We know what it smells like. It smells like tobacco. It's Tabac Rouge. It says it in the name. So, what else is going on? Well, you know, I like to watch content. I'm like probably just like you, watching fragrance content all the time. And I was getting into watching some old live streams, old Rich Mitch live streams, and surprisingly they hold up pretty well. They're still pretty entertaining after even a year or two. There's good information in there, so I like to watch those. Today I was watching the one that the live stream where Frederick Maul has left his brand, and all of the, you know, weeping and gnashing of teeth after that happens. But what else is going on? Not too much, fam. Got a little sinus thing going on, so I might, if I take a few days off, that's probably what happened. Alright, fam. I'm gonna spray some more while I got you guys. I like to spray a lot while I'm on here. Forearms, chest, wrist, here, behind the neck. 2 sprays behind the neck. And I'm well fragranced. Alright, fam. I'm punching out. Peace.